You ever have a memory that sticks with you? So small, so insignificant. You wonder why you can't shake it. For me, it's a house. More specifically, a door. When I was 12, I spent a weekend at my uncle's house while my parents were away. It was one of those narrow, creaky Victorian terraces. You know, the kind with those thin wooden stairs that groan under your weight, low ceilings that make you stoop just a bit. I was excited to be away, to have my own little adventure. That first night I explored the house, every room, the narrow hallway, the tiny bathroom with that old clawfoot tub, the bedroom upstairs, my uncle's and the guest room where I was staying. I remember it all clearly because honestly, there wasn't much else to do. No TV, no internet, just me in an old house that seemed to breathe with history. And upstairs there were 2 doors. One led to my uncle's bedroom, the other, the guest room where I slept. That's it. Or at least that's what I thought. Years later, after my uncle passed, I went back to the old house. Something pulled me back. I'm not sure what. I was maybe 23 by then, trying to hold on to fragments of my past. And I saw it. There were 3 doors. The third was narrow, much narrower than the others. Just a little more than a foot wide. It was painted this dull, flat grey. The kind of shade that sucks in the light instead of reflecting it. No handle, no hinges visible. Just a small round indentation where the handle should have been. I felt a chill that wasn't from the cold. Not a draft. No, it was still, pressing cold. Like the air was heavier there. Like the house itself was holding its breath. I didn't open it. I didn't want to. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe a forgotten cupboard or some architectural quirk I'd missed as a kid. But the thing is, the memory of that door stayed with me. A few years later, I see it again. Not in my uncle's house, in my own. It was late, just after midnight. I was in the kitchen grabbing a glass of water because I couldn't sleep. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught a flash of dull grey in the reflection on the microwave door. I turned. Nothing there. But I felt it. The same cold stillness I'd felt years ago. A week later it happened again. This time in the reflection of a bus window. While I was waiting at a stop, just a flicker of that same flat grey. And then again, in the darkened screen of my TV. Every time it appeared, fleeting, just a whisper. And it was gone when I directly looked at it. And then the dreams started. I'd find myself standing in a narrow, endless corridor. Walls pressed in on either side. Painted an indistinguishable shade of grey. The ceiling hung low, so low I had to keep my head bent slightly forward. At the far end stood the door. That same grey door. In the dream, it had a handle, black iron. Cold. Like ice. When I reached out to touch it. Every time I made contact, I woke up. Not gasping, not sweating, just wide awake. Heart pounding, listening to the silence. That's when I started to hear the hum. You know, that low vibration you feel standing near a big freezer or a transformer humming quietly in the distance. It was like that, but it was inside my bedroom. Every time I turned on the light, the hum vanished. I tried to keep living my life, work, friends, the usual distractions, but it got harder. I started misplacing things, my keys, my phone, forgetting appointments. I'd stare off into space, distracted by the flicker of that grey in the reflection of shadows. Conversations became difficult. People asked if I was okay, but I just nodded and smiled, because how do you explain seeing a door that shouldn't be there? Sleep became my enemy. I'd lie awake for hours, heart pounding, waiting for the hum or the cold to find me again. I started carrying a small notebook, jotting down when and where I saw the door. But the list became a mess. Times blurred, places overlapped. The grey door was everywhere and nowhere, all at once. I looked it up online. Nothing. No folklore, no ghost stories, no paranormal warnings. Just silence. The small noises invaded my quiet moments. A tap on the window, a breath against my neck. The hum deepening, wrapping tighter around my mind. At work, I caught it in strange places. The glass surface of the photocopier, the co-worker's glasses, the dark surface of my coffee cup. No one else saw it. They just saw me changing. One night, I woke, heart hammering. The grey door was in my bedroom, not on the wall, not standing behind furniture, in the room, suspended in the air like a painting that didn't belong. The hum filled the space, thick and pressing. I whispered, "No, no," over and over, and then it vanished, but it didn't leave. I've noticed something else now. The door's closer in my dreams. The corridor is shorter. The air is thicker. I'm not waking up when I touch the handle anymore. The last time, I turned it just a fraction. I heard breathing. Slow, patient, waiting. And the cold isn't just outside anymore. It's inside me, in my bones, my breath, my blood. I feel myself standing in front of blank walls, staring and waiting. Last night, I dreamed I stepped through, but I don't remember what was on the other side. When I woke, my bedroom door was grey. If you ever see it, even just for a second, don't look twice. Don't try to open it. And whatever you do, don't dream about it. Because I think once you do, it knows where to find you.